What's up, everybody? It's your boy Major Spooked back for another video. I didn't think I'd ever talk about SML Talks again, but he's gotten way worse and released another awful members-only response video, which we'll get into later. Plus, none of the videos I've seen about him have covered the points I want to cover in this one, so I figured I'd make my own. But if you somehow don't know, SML Talks is a guy I haven't spoken about in a few months. He has an incredibly rabid fan base, probably because all the kids who watch his videos think it's okay to lie about and be extremely rude to people because he does it. His fans are almost comparable to the Jeffy fans who he hates so much, the way they attack anybody who disagrees with him. He's rude to those same fans for simply disagreeing with his opinions, calling them and morons. He's also slandered more of his critics in the past, some of which he was previously on good terms with. Now that you're caught up with the gist of the things he does and has done in the past, let's get into the new drama, which I'd say is a lot worse than all of that since he has done a lot of bad stuff since the last time I spoke about him. This is probably one of the worst things SML Talks has ever done before, with a content creator called Drip Chicken. Drip Chicken is a smaller content creator. His channel actually got taken down by a rabid SML Talks fan twice, and recently SML Talks and him got into an argument in the comments section. Drip Chicken wanted to have a voice call debate with SML Talks, so he was asking for SML Talks Discord server, but SML Talks kept refusing to give it to him, and Drip Chicken called him a coward for this. If it had just ended here, nobody would have cared. It might have actually been beneficial for SML Talks, in fact, since it seemed like Drip Chicken just randomly started attacking him to the untrained eye. But then SML Talks made the decision to let the rage baiting from this literal kid get to him. He said that Drip Chicken would be a future rapist, which is, well, yikes. SML Talks has a weird history of saying stuff like this, but this was way too far. SML Talks has a mostly child fan base, and calling Drip Chicken a rapist was a potentially life-ruining accusation that his child fan base would absolutely not fact-check. Also, they're children, they don't need to be exposed to that. SML Talks was prepared to unleash this, just because Drip Chicken wouldn't stop asking him for his Discord server. But aside from calling people rapists for almost nothing, he also made an absolutely abysmal response video to his critics, or as he calls them, haters. So let's get into that next. Now, before we begin this section, I want to reiterate, this section is entirely fair use. Any little bit I use in this is entirely to help me illustrate my point and nothing else. Read my copyright disclaimer at the intro for further notice. Alright, I had to say that because this is paid content we're going to be looking at, and yes, it is paid content. This guy once again lied about his critics without us being able to fact check unless we paid him, but let's go through and dismantle this point by point.
Hey there, welcome back to another video where I rant about stupid people. The main question I get asked by my haters is, why do you still watch SML if you don't enjoy it? When we should be asking Logan why he doesn't try with SML anymore.
No, because that's actually a valid question. If you really do hate SML so much and claim good videos are 1 in a million with Logan, then why exactly are you trying so hard to pump out these daily videos? He either really doesn't want to admit that he's being overly childish and cartoonishly angry over SML, or he's dodging because he's not actually that mad and his rage is a divisive strategy to get more views.
Because Logan's the one with the massive fan base and still makes so many constant mistakes. Why is the Critic being criticized for talking about an obvious bad performance?
You know, it's really interesting, SML Talks, that you're the only modern SML critic who seems to get this kind of vitriol. I can't seem to imagine why though, but in all seriousness, it's very funny how he acts like any other SML critic gets this level of hate. I've never once received hate on a modern SML review of mine, maybe because I'm not constantly yelling, insulting the creator, and calling out everyone in the comments section who dares to have a different opinion than me because they don't explain in depth why they could possibly like a video that I don't. You do that. That's all you, bud.
If it was the other way around and Logan was reviewing my videos and calling them bad, then you would all be glazing him because of his past.
No, we wouldn't. Logan would be just as much of an unlikable if you two flipped positions. Besides, the people he's calling out usually are the so-called Jeffy fanboys who only like Jeffy and thus modern episodes. I thought it was the SML elitists who glaze Logan for everything pre-Jeffy era. Just admit that you're being bad faith to make us seem like we're bashing you for not liking modern SML, when in reality we couldn't really care less about how you feel about a video. We don't like modern SML either, we just don't get to the point of literally screaming about it.
But to answer your question onto why I still watch SML, I watch SML because of how good I know it can be. Like I said, Peak SML is the best YouTube channel of all time and nothing tops it, and it means a lot to me. Why is it such a sin that I want to see change, especially when I am spitting facts?
Then you should exclusively watch the Peak SML era. Besides, every SML critic should know that Logan never watches our videos, besides maybe MCR. He doesn't care that much, and he doesn't put too much thought into his videos anymore, which is why I make my videos for the fans who want to know if a video is worth watching before they decide to dedicate the time to it, not for Logan, because I know he's not going to watch it, and if he does, he's likely not going to care. One video from the good old Spooky isn't going to make him reconsider his content strategy.
The famous question I ask to silence my haters is, what have I said wrong? What have I actually said wrong about my review? Give me something specific instead of just insulting me like a child. And they never can answer the question because they know what I say is factual. Their main problem is that I just watch it in the first place, which, like, why do you care so much about my life? That's one. And two, deep down, you know I'm right because I explain all of my points with logic. So why not be on the same side as me?
I will explain exactly what you do wrong. You get overly angry at videos which have simply done nothing but make jokes you don't like. I will admit, in the past, friends of mine who have gotten into contact with you really just went into the insult game until you blocked them. But you gotta admit as well, this is after you had refused to give their videos the time of day, where they go in depth on why they aren't a fan of your content. It's really easy to paint the other side as evil when you literally don't know any of their talking points or opinions, and all you have is strawman fallacies of what you think the other person on the other side is like. This goes for any argument as well, not just this one. Learn your foe's side so you can effectively argue against it. I'm talking to you, SML Talks.
Right? SML isn't just a puppet channel because we have seen how good SML can be. If SML was replaced by someone else making the videos instead of Logan, then fair enough, right? But guys, wakey, it's the same guy making the videos, the same guy that made the apartment era and everything else that was peak about SML back in the day 10 years ago. It should be the norm to complain when every video is not good enough at all for the reasons I explained in every review.
Well, Logan doesn't have all the time in the world to invest in videos now. He can't put as much thought into videos as he used to be able to back when you enjoyed the show. Look at the eras where the show got noticeably worse for a while. 2020 era, we got hit with a pandemic. Following the pandemic was the whole SML and Chili drama, which lasted for a long time. Then the Adriana drama, and even more ex drama. Afterwards, he had a daughter to take care of, and even more drama with Chili and his exes. This continues into present day, by the way. A new situation or drama basically happens bi-monthly for Logan at this point. Logan has been practically in non-stop drama situations since 2019. And on top of that, he has a daughter, which is possibly the greatest excuse for the content degradation, yet he refuses to accept it. Then he's like, I still haven't heard a good reason as to why Logan can't make good videos anymore. If SML has dipped too far below your standards, it'd probably be better for your mental health if you left, since it's clearly affecting you. Or just be blunt about the fact that you're only doing this for money.
I also rant about SML because I have a platform that gets thousands of views a video that will maybe get the attention of the SML crew, so I can maybe possibly make a difference, right? I have supporters that wait for me to upload. You know, I get paid to make these videos. Do haters get paid or supported to hate on me? No, there's an obvious big difference between the both of us. So if you're a hater and you're somehow watching this, I've just explained to you my reason of why I watch SML. So I would appreciate it if you could do the same and now explain your reason for why you still watch me, or simply just stop watching me. It's not that hard. There is now benefits of me watching SML compared to you watching me, which there is none.
That's simple. You keep coming after people in this same community I'm in, such as Drip Chicken, who is a mutual friend through CK and K films. And you keep taking shots at us without saying it. Don't be scared, dude. Own up to it. Say who you're taking shots at or don't do it at all. Simple. But I guess a grown adult making a bunch of call-outs at teenagers because they said mean things to him wouldn't look good on his part. Also, a good point was made by a friend of mine, Lightside Scott, who actually was the one who purchased the membership so we could see this video. K Films, one of my friends whose channel is eclipsed in size by SML Talks, has been recognized by more of the SML crew from his videos than SML Talks has. This dude has, to my knowledge, not been acknowledged by a single SML crew member. That's just a funny little tidbit I wanted to throw in.
Anyways, I know all of my haters are super fans deep down because when I'm a hater of something, I scroll past it. Whoa, surprising, I know, right? But these clowns deep down like it when I crash out and shout and get angry, because how comes the videos where I'm the most mad gets the most views? My most reviewed SML video, I'm pretty sure, is Cody Gets Mad, and surprisingly, that's the most mad I've ever been with Logan.
I'll be honest, I watch SML Talks sometimes. I'm not a hater, but I am critical of him because I think he absolutely could do better than wasting his life away arguing with children in the comments section for zero gain. The dude is genuinely pretty good at being able to write scripts that summarize episodes in a fast and digestible manner, and he's capable of being a funny guy, but a lot of the time he just crashes out over things that don't matter. He needs to take a chill pill. I mean, he's practically double my size, yet I'm still pulling in collabs with channels like MCR, and he's, well, not. And if you're wondering why, it's not because I have connections or something. It's because he's in drama all the time, and I usually try to stick out of drama. This is a special case for me. SML Talks could genuinely be one of the biggest players in the community if he just locked in and stopped crashing out at Logan, being a jerk to critics and fans alike, and stopped feeding the trolls mainly.
If I actually acted how you quote-unquote wanted me to act, like a robot with no human emotion, you would stop watching me because I'm now boring and not, the crash out funny, crazy guy anymore, right? The fact that, hundreds of haters keep coming back to every video I make must mean I'm doing something right, especially in this generation with everyone's fried attention spans. Anyways, I'm done here. Peace out.
Crazy how I don't crash out at SML, and I can still build up a fan base. You don't need to crash out to be the popular guy in the community. The only reason you'd lose subs if you stopped was because you put yourself in that position. You've made your bed in this mess, and now you gotta sleep in it, dude. And it's nobody's fault but your own. Alright, this will be the section where I cover SML Talks comments towards critics, fans, or anybody who dares speak their opinion if it doesn't fall in line with his, plus my own interaction I had with the man. And let's just say he didn't make the best first impression. We'll start off with this comment section right here, courtesy of CK Rants, who actually has his own section of the video coming up. A fan says that SML Talks is way better than CK Rants, who, if you didn't know, is one of his biggest critics. Then the fan tells SML Talks that CK made a video on him, to which SML Talks responds that he is a liar and a very bad person, so that he doesn't care. Me and CK have hung out outside of YouTube, and I can tell you he's a decent guy. His persona is just played up for his videos, and he's actually very chill. He's not a bad guy at all. In the next screenshot, he claims that CK made fake Discord screenshots about him, saying that he liked little girls. I'm willing to bet this is what he meant by calling CK a liar, which is just flat out not true. You're gonna have to trust my word on this one, since one of SML Talks' fanboys got CK's second channel taken down over some petty beef. But CK didn't make the screenshot. In fact, during his second video on SML Talks and the video on the person who did make the screenshot, he openly disavowed the screenshots. The person who made it would later go on to raid SML Talks server and make false screenshots of CK as well, before their beef was resolved. The only thing CK has done which was even close to supporting this person's actions at the time was say in regards to the server raid, he didn't feel sorry for SML Talks, only his fans who were innocent of the whole drama and got spammed with graphic content and slurs. It's crazy how SML Talks openly slandered somebody in the same comment section in which he calls them a liar. During my interaction with the man himself, I left this lengthy comment, but the gist of it is, I've criticized you before, but stop acting like a schizo. It damages your reputation. And stop arguing with 12-year-olds in YouTube comments. The last part about rich people is because he made some dumb argument about how the rich are ruining the world. So, hating on him instead of them is stupid, not realizing that the same logic can also be applied to him with SML. He chooses to ignore all of it, except for the part about his rich people argument. I respond saying, it's kinda sad that you have to resort to that argument to get a win. I'm clearly poking fun a bit because I was a little fed up at this point. Nothing too much. He responds with, I say what I think is true, so what's the issue? Then I go all in on him by telling him I believe his anger is performative and he does it for views, which I probably would have changed that wording had I written it now. It seems a bit more hostile than what I was intending to come off as. Then he goes full passive-aggressive mode with the, unlike you, I don't actually care about this, while he's actively choosing to stay in the comments section instead of doing something else with his time. I realize this isn't gonna go anywhere, so I just say, join CK Rants Discord server, little bro, which, yeah, I couldn't help myself. He's basically admitting no matter what I say, he'll never consider my point, so I saw no reason to continue further. One more comment I saw, courtesy of K Films, is this one, where SML Talks demonstrates his ego. He bans K from his comments, then he says K is only criticizing him because K is jealous of his subscriber count, which, well, big man saying that to him right after you ban him. And also, yeah, right, dude, like anyone would be jealous of you. You're like those people who take Family Guy too seriously. I've lost all respect for Peter after this scene looking on. You're basically SML Mr. Enter. The only thing I'm less jealous of than you is a truck stop toilet seat, and you better hope that toilet doesn't get destroyed or something. Anyways, I've mostly said my piece in this section. I'm gonna hand this over to CK, who's here to talk about his experiences with SML Talks, and to promote his video on the guy where he goes a lot more in detail on his personal experiences. So definitely go check that out after this. Now, on to CK's section.
Hey guys, it's the CG, and I do not have my microphone today. Kinda lost it. I'm doing my SML Talks segment on Spooky's video. Shout out to Spooky for featuring me in this video. And yeah, let me just make it short for y'all. I met SML Talks through the real one when the real one told me that SML Talks was doing some really fucked up shit, getting mad at his own fan base, and generally being a dick to everybody. So I made my own videos on him. The real one started to make videos on him, and K Film started to make videos on him, but the first person that actually made a video on SML Talks was Chills, so shout out to Chills. And I got an SML Talks server and started to argue with him.
Bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, I do not. Do you want to get banned as well? I'm not in the mood for this shit.
Shut your crybaby having ass up. Ban me, please. This is what we need, the drama.
And yeah, it went really shaky in that group chat. And then me and SML Talks had a back and forth in his comic session. And then a few weeks later, his server actually got raided.
Hey guys, sorry for the late videos lately. I keep oversleeping and that's not good. But unfortunately guys, I had to delete the Discord server, give in to the haters and let them win. They've raided it, nuked it, whatever you want to call it, with thousands of messages. For example, hate videos on me that are just so hollow and have no substance to them at all.
By my fan base, K-Film's fan base. And of course I was happy, but guys, obviously people blamed me because I didn't tell people whether or not to, you know, raid the server. Like, what the fuck? I can't control these people. They obviously gonna do it anyway. So honestly, like, how the fuck am I supposed to like reconsider for people to not raid the server when they gonna raid the shit anyways? It really doesn't make any sense. So then after that, me and Scott had a little beef, which obviously we resolved after the big war we had. The drama would chill for a little bit until SML Talks made another response video. Actually, he made two response video, which I responded to the first one. First response video was terrible, godly awful, and then the second one he made recently was just even worse. Go watch my response video to that. So then SML Talks will try to frame a kid of the kid telling him to go jump when the kid was just repeating what SML Talks was saying, and it's just really fucked up from SML Talks to do. SML Talks is a reviewer that cannot take criticism himself, and he criticizes Logan, gets mad at Logan every single time. Look at one of these examples.
Movie, the last straw, because I am done with this shit. I'm done! This video makes the Truth or Dare Monster, or any bad video I've reviewed, look like a masterpiece. 1.4 out of 10. This might be the second worst SML video of all time. You know, as soon as I read the title, I said to myself, imagine if it's just them fighting on the red couch over a cheesesteak for 10 minutes. I wasn't being fucking serious, bro! Why is Logan asking for fan ideas if he's still going to make ass content? It's like he's just trying to get the fans on his side to hide the fact his content's so bad.
So yeah, did you look at the example? I hope you did. But yeah, I had to make this part short. Go subscribe to me and Spooky. Me and Spooky were alliance forever. And yeah, peace out.
Thanks, CK. And as you heard in his section, CK had no part in the raid. He's not responsible for the actions of a small minority within his fan base. He never told them to do the raid on the server. They did that all on their own. But back on topic, ever since that initial little interaction with SML Talks server, he has refused to ever talk to CK again, even banning him from his comment section in Discord, and refusing to watch him or his associates' videos on him. And that's pretty much the catalyst of the whole anti-SML Talks community. If SML Talks simply listened to critics and was a bit nicer to fans, it would have saved him months of his life and headaches, plain and simple, but that's just about going to do it for this video. I've said my piece, and whether or not SML Talks wants to actually issue a response is up to him, and not one of those BS responses where he addresses us as his haters, so it seems like he could be talking about anyone. I mean a real one. But if he decides not to, I'm gonna be real, I'm probably not gonna talk about him ever again, besides maybe a collection of all my SML Talks videos. After all, if he won't listen to this video, then chances are he will never listen to anything I have to say. Anyways, like and sub and hit up CK's channel with a nice little sub too, tell him the homie Spooky sent ya, and I'll catch y'all later.
The page is turned, my age is 19, the mindset's murder. The lights get dim, I better know you're in a circle. It's a little chilly, so this here to keep you warm. Don't get too close, plus in your arm. I mean, I get it and I understand. Regardless of the circumstance, merely just a man. It's an eye for an eye, but I'ma take your hands. I'm 500.